The 1776 American Revolutionary War is often viewed as a unified effort of the American settlers in their struggle against the British, with unanimous support from the populace of the 13 colonies. But this was not the case. In fact, some historians estimate that around one-third of the American populace was either indifferent or loyal to the British Crown. As such a large part of the population, what happened to them before, during, and after the Revolutionary War? Now, it is important to understand that the Loyalists weren't a specific class, but rather a wide array of people who either through their ideals or interests still wished for the continuation of British rule in the 13 colonies. In the beginning, around mid-1760, radical groups started targeting Loyalists who were actively supporting British policies. Eventually, being a loyalist to the British could see you lose business, have your property vandalized, and, one of the most popular practices against the Loyalists, being tarred and feathered. Although there wasn't widespread better treatment of the Loyalists to the Crown before the Revolutionary War, they were sometimes favoured in legal disputes, and alignment with the British leadership meant political safety. Soldiers were used as a deterrent to limit targeting of Loyalists. Still, since the troops were often few in numbers, this wasn't universal. The Loyalists didn't constitute a majority in any of the 13 colonies, but there was a concentration of them in New York and Pennsylvania. While New York would have more Loyalists than any other colony, New England would see the least. During the war, some joined the British Army and many formed individual guerrilla units. New York alone would produce around 23,000 Loyalist troops. Their continued allegiance to the British was seen as traitorous by most revolutionaries. Following the war, all states passed different laws disenfranchising Loyalists, confiscating their property, and at times heavily taxing their property and businesses, leading to an exodus of around 100,000 Loyalists. Most were taken in and provided asylum in different British holdings. Eventually, the public sentiment against the Loyalists started easing up, and after the War of 1812, all laws targeting Loyalists would be repealed. The Revolutionary War would split many families as the battle of values between staying with the British and outright independence would also impact personal lives. As time went on, the remaining Loyalists died out, and those who had fled naturalized in other parts of the world, mainly the British Canadian colonies. The Loyalists, either for personal gains or their values, fought and died for the British Crown. Now, even though in vain, it showed that independence wasn't a universal idea in the Revolutionary War, and that there was a noticeable group of people who would have preferred remaining in the British Empire. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.